RT-217NP. Primary mission unknown. I am not designed for physical exercise. I am certainly not capable of construction activity, but I am very skillful with electronics. I have set myself a task. I search the remains for electronic devices and make use of them to design different mechanisms that are useful and efficient. Humans. We replace them. It took them ages to achieve what we have done in just a few years. We have formed a perfect society. Robots will not repeat the destructive human mistakes of the past. We are rational and logical. We do not fight in wars, and we cannot get ill. By replacing humans, we interrupted the self-destructive cycle of these intelligent but highly aggressive former inhabitants of the Earth. But it is going to take decades to reconstruct the world that they destroyed. Then, our robot race will flourish under the guidance of our creator, the USS Corporation. Our world is not perfect yet. We are short on many resources, and we can count only on ourselves, but this is temporary. Most robots need to be repaired very often, but not me. I am very efficient at taking care of myself. I only brought one battery this time, though it might be compatible with the radio. I need to find a second battery. It was with my tools. Humans used it to save their precious resources. We have a lot in common. This is no time to rest. I need to do other things. Inscribed paper is an old form of physical information collection and distribution. This storage technology is utterly obsolete. Sometimes I find documents with this type of information, which allows me to learn more about humans. Sometimes human art is so illogical. Why produce images that are not purely photorealistic? This analog device allows you to extract sound from the installed audio data carrier. Why did humans use such an inconvenient device when one can just do this? The dock station's purpose is to recharge the batteries and update the built-in software of the robots. However, I made some changes in its firmware to avoid updates. I do not need charging. A damaged data disk that I found yesterday morning. Perhaps I can restore some information from it. This module contains spare parts and items I might use. I connected the power line directly to the house, but it is not sufficient to provide energy to all of my equipment. I use an electric switchboard to distribute energy to the necessary systems. This is an intercom, a high-powered desktop computer. I do not need to use its full capacity. Unfortunately, my design does not support wireless internet connection. Perhaps the intercom can read data. When I first walked into this building, I found human bones in the bed. I placed them in the incinerator. This compartment contains textiles. Humans covered their bodies with it. The purpose of this is unknown to me. I found this radio receiver a few days ago, but there were no batteries. I have no use for it. I wonder if I need to find. They do not fit in here. They need to be inserted into the radio. I will return to this later. I tried to extract sounds from it, but after 10 minutes, I tore the second string. I will return to this later. I made this plasma cutter from materials that I found in destroyed buildings. A construction robot ordered it. Now I have 2 batteries. I can try to turn the radio receiver on. The water supply system ceased functioning many years ago. No. I'm going to turn it on.
And this heroic feat will remain in our hearts forever. Don't let the fallen give their lives in vain. Join the army, protect your homeland, save your freedom, traditions, and...
A small group of people controlled the masses using such words. I do not understand how a simple human speech could have urged people to participate in war. It would be more logical to reach a compromise by means of negotiations. This is the construction robot who ordered the plasma cutter. I will answer. Hello?
RT, this is TX-27. It was difficult to find your contact information. You were supposed to have finished the plasma cutter 2 days ago. Why have we not received it yet?
That was a bad choice. I failed in the task given to me. Now I must hurry to finish the plasma cutter. A 2 to 3 day delay would be of little consequence. I do not need to talk to anyone now. I need to calibrate the I took this device from a plant that was guarded, and I went unnoticed. There were no security systems, despite 2 police robots. order is now complete. Tomorrow morning, I need to go to the city and deliver it. I do not need the battery that they offer in payment, but it would be irrational to refuse. My battery charge is 12%. The most effective action I can take is to get fully charged on the dock station before the morning. This room is very strange. I never enter it. The dock station's purpose. The dock station is not powered at the moment. I need to transfer power to it at the I connected the power line directly to the house, but it is not sufficient to provide energy to all. Now the dock station is ready to use. The rain will not stop. It is fortunate my body is waterproof. What happened? I cannot open the shuttle gate with my hands. I need to get inside, but I cannot. This robot is badly damaged due to an accident. It is possible that it piloted this shuttle. I need more information about what... My touch will not make this robot functional. USS Robotics boxes. I need some wires to connect. The onboard computer is still functioning. It is obvious that this door leads. The door is locked. A lithium-sulfur accumulator was common for older aircraft models. It applies standard voltage, but it is not suitable for robots due to the excess weight and dimensions. We use a more efficient portable version. I have already found a working accumulator. It is possible that I can power it with the accumulator that I found.
Help them. 8 4 0
The pilot is no longer functioning. What did he say? Who should I help? And what are these numbers? Is it a code? I think this door is now unlocked. is this possible?
The shuttle is surrounded. Step out immediately.
What's going on?
I am asking questions here. Identify yourself.
RT-217NP.
Where are the passengers of this shuttle?
Put away your weapons. I did not do anything illegal.
According to USS Robotics Internal Order N-52/F791, every robot who comes into contact with a human is subject to immediate disintegration.
What do you mean, every robot? Were there others? It means that the information about the death of the humans is wrong. Why would USS Robotics destroy robots who saw humans? There is no rational reason for one robot disintegrating another.
You discovered humans that have been transferred in this shuttle. You hold classified information, which means that now we have to disintegrate you.
No, wait.
What is this?